Hello everyone and welcome back to my Destiny reaction series. My name is Tara and I'm catching up on the story of Destiny before the final shape expansion, which is right around the corner, and I'm very excited, but I gotta get through Wish really fast. Now, the goal is to play as much of Wish as I can. If I'm running out of time, I'm just gonna video react to the rest of it because thankfully the resources are out there. Without further ado, time's ticking. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I already looked up how to start Season of the Wish. And it's through the Dreaming City, I believe. Also, one thing I just want to quickly bring up is, I have my seasonal artifact, but it's last season's artifact, but it has this season's mods. So don't question me. I don't know what's going on here. If you're wondering why I have like artifact mod bonuses, it's because last season's is giving me the bonuses. It is what it is. Dreaming City and Final Wish. I hope this is right. I think it is. I looked it up.
Guardian, my Techeuns are preparing a spell to conjure Riven's spirit so that she can grant Savathun's wish. However, the Vex of the Soul Divisive have laid siege to the Keep of Voices in an attempt to halt our efforts. I must call upon you to defend the Dreaming City once again. Petra and Crow will guide your path.
Petra and Crow? Oh, this is gonna be a good season for me.
Apologies for not rolling out the red carpet. I've been preoccupied.
Haven't we all? What's our situation?
The Techeuns evacuated the keep with Riven's heart. The Vex have since fortified their position.
Then let's cut them down and take back what's ours.
Ooh, I'm gonna go look at the cutscene archivists, just in case there was an intro cutscene that I missed. I'll go and record it after, like, this mission. Okay.
A good start, but there are more Vex gathered around Riven's remains. The Techeuns need a fragment of those remains to cast their spell.
A spell to conjure Riven's spirit. Are you sure about this, Petra?
I'm sure that I trust my queen's judgment.
Oh boy. Now, one thing I thought was, even after we killed Riven, I thought Riven was still communicating with us. And I don't know if I fully understand why that was happening, but maybe this Techeun spell will make a little more sense to me. I also definitely thought that was a portal. Is it not? And it's open.
Time to visit Riven's corpse. A shame I wasn't around to see the killing blow.
We never should have done it. She set a trap and I walked right into it. My desire for vengeance blinded me to her schemes.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, you sure do. Not Crow, but as Uldren, you sure do. Everything in this makes me think it's a portal. I'm gonna keep ramming my face into these things.
Whatever they're doing, you'd better put a stop to it.
Holy moly, there's a lot of them. Excuse me, Soul Divisive? What do you want with Riven's corpse? Maybe they also know that it's our only way to use the veil to get to the witness. Hi, Riven.
That got their attention. Don't let them near Riven.
What is happening with you? Oh, it's just a floaty, glowy orb. Wow! Riven's body is like fully overgrown. That's so cool. I really dig that aesthetic.
That's the last of them. Retrieve the fragment and bring it to the chamber. I'll hail Queen Mara.
Ahamkara tooth. I'm just gonna yoink it out. Oh man, they have like shark's teeth. Can I go in here? No, okay, this makes me violently uncomfortable. Come here, you. Riven's tooth. Oh. Oh, you've got a immune barrier. Do I just leave? I think I'm just gonna leave. It was so nice meeting you, but I'm gonna go. Thank you.
Well done, Guardian. Deliver what my Techeuns require, and they will open a portal to the Wall of Wishes.
Wall of
as they
Wishes?
begin to conjure Riven.
Wall of Wishes. This? No? Over there? Oh, hello. One tooth.
Your deep sight will reveal Savathun's wish. Once Riven grants it, we can at last pursue the witness.
Wait, are we actually gonna find out what Savathun's wish was? Like right now?
Hear me, Riven. Savathun's final wish, inscribed in secrecy, has been invoked by the Guardian. Grant it now, and feast upon the difference between desire and reality.
Such a long slumber. Such a rude awakening. Grant the Witch Queen's final wish, you say? I refuse.
What? Why? Wait, what? Why? but we need that. Okay, so Savathun's final wish was to get through? Like get inside the Traveler? What reason would Riven have to refuse?
Leave us.
Whoa.
Queen Mara, what a joyous reunion.
For what reason do you refuse to grant the wish?
Why would I, O Majesty mine? Lest you forget, I am dead.
Yeah.
As are the rest of my kind. The Vanguard made sure of it. I need no reason to refuse your wish, only a reason to grant it.
The egg.
What could you possibly offer to entice my cooperation?
It's our bargaining chip.
It wasn't enough for your champions to slay me. But then, you saw to the destruction of all my eggs.
Not all of them.
Well, not all of them.
You know.
Like the one in Savathun's spire?
One of many, hidden within my lair, away from your vengeful eyes. But if you were to secure them on my behalf, then you would also secure your heart's desire.
That's fair.
And ensure that the Ahamkara live to terrorize us once again.
The Ahamkara lived in harmony with one race. Why can't they live with us?
Very well, Riven.
Yeah.
We have struck a bargain.
The Wish Dragons lived in harmony with a past race, a race that was wiped out by the Hive. So, like, why couldn't they work with us and be helpful? Okay, I'm gonna quickly mute up the game and see if I missed an intro cutscene.
The Dreaming City.
Oh, good.
An awoken stronghold beyond the reach of any outsider. Such was my wish. Granted by...
I'm so glad we went to look up this cutscene because I didn't know that's what Mara's wish was. Why didn't the cutscene... You know, several times that I've launched Destiny, it's played cutscenes for me, and obviously they've been spoilers, so I've either left the room or skipped them. So I've missed a lot, I think.
Riven, the last Ahamkara, who bargained only with me until my city was invaded. First by the Taken King, and then the Witch Queen.
Yeah.
Riven struck new bargains with them, and with her dying breath, she granted a wish that laid a curse upon the Dreaming City.
Yeah.
But Savathun is shrewd and clever. In secret, she inscribed her true wish on the wall that governs the terms of Riven's pact with me.
Oh, I see.
A wish to pursue the witness. Only Riven can open the way. Riven, whose heart was torn out by guardians.
Yeah.
My
The heart was taken, though.
assembled to conjure her spirit now. We shall make Savathun's final wish, and hear Riven's final price.
Cool. Okay, so this is what I missed. This was the context for the season. Damn it, Destiny, let players re-experience your cutscenes. Oh, should I just react to the... I'm gonna play as much as I can. If I miss some things, sorry, but we'll probably end up reacting to the rest of this at some point in the very near future. Okay, for now, we continue playing as much as we can. Final wish. Speak to Mara. Where is Mara? In this side? I've been scared of this side of the ship. That side is deep, but I was told this side of the ship is off limits. Oh, it's not that big of a spoiler. If I had accidentally wandered in here, probably would have been okay. Oh, holoprojector?
Something stands in our way, Guardian.
Oh no.
An anomaly.
Oh no.
Casting a shadow
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah, yeah,
superposition.
That's off limits. That is off limits. That is fully off limits. Yikes. That was part of Veiled Threats, wasn't it? Oh no, I'm so scared. We might just need to video react, you guys. I don't want to get any of this out of order. I'm nervous. I'm gonna keep going for now. If I hit a point where I have to interact with the helm, I'm just gonna have to react to a video. Okay, for now we keep trying. Guardian, Riven's final moments afforded little time for last words. Final moments? She's no longer here to entice you into mercy. I cannot say for certain, nonetheless her bounty is here for you to claim should you desire. Riven's wishes. Complete a rift generator public
I knew
event?
there would be a cost in bargaining with Riven. I did not intend it to be a cost we kept paying all these years later. But now, the Witch Queen's scrolls have confirmed my greatest fear. The curse on the Dreaming City cannot be undone. I've pored over 1,000 possibilities, but the Corsair souls trapped there remain. I won't give up on them. Even with the curse in place, there must be a way to bring my people home. A task for tomorrow, perhaps. All this pain Riven has inflicted, and still we're beholden to her. There must be alternatives to restoring her clutch. The resurgence of the Ahamkara now, taken or not, could be disastrous. The Reef and the last city went to war to stop them before. For now, above all else, we must pursue the witness. I need an operative to finish this bargain with Riven. Force her to enact the final wish. So while I ponder countermeasures, you do what you do best. Carve a path.
Okay, so her other message there was about Riven being gone. At this stage, I'm just gonna go react. I hope you guys understand, given that the text was there, that was post everything we're doing here. I feel like there's gonna be a whole bunch of sequence breaks in my experience, and it's just gonna be overall better if I have it all sequential in Esoteric's video. So we're gonna go react. We tried. I'm gonna play this in my own time after I've experienced it all. That way I'm not panicking about what I'm experiencing out of order. Destiny does not want me to experience its story chronologically, so I will have to take matters into my own hands. Thank you, cutscene archivists. Okay, we're at the spot we should be. I'm no longer scared of accidentally getting spoiled by the game itself. We're just gonna tackle this, call it a day, and be ready for Final Shape. Hopefully this issue won't continue when I'm playing the Final Shape, because I'll be up to date. I'll be current and playing when everyone else is playing. So as things release, they won't ambush me. Let's get back in.
Greetings, old guardian mine. I always knew we could work together. I speak to you now with my true voice. Consider it a sign of trust.
True voice.
The need for deceit has passed.
I was wondering whose voice they were using.
My
She?
corporeal death freed me from the Taken curse.
Yeah,
My bargain with their king has expired.
very good.
These Techians strain themselves to conjure my essence. They cannot do so forever. Savathun's wish will be the last I grant.
Okay. But she is saying she
Mara
will.
has made clear the terms of our agreement.
Yeah.
Retrieve my last clutch of uncorrupted eggs, and I will uphold my end of the bargain. Obviously, I cannot gather the eggs myself. Instead, I will guide you to them through the holes of my former lair.
Okay.
And beware, Guardian. You may find it a place most unwelcoming.
It was to protect your eggs. That makes sense. Oh, the music's incredible.
What have you come to claim, dear Guardian?
I thought we were here to save your eggs. Come here to claim. I thought we were here to save your clutch.
Wait, I recognize this place. How did we get here?
This is not our city. Only an echo.
Interesting.
We built those walls, you and I. Such elegant spires. A beautiful prison.
Prison.
I carved these chambers from those memories. I turned your home against you. Forgive me these
Riven isn't necessarily evil, but they have this delightful, like, mischievous tone to them.
small deterrents. They keep out the vermin.
Couldn't you show us a safe way through?
I am dead. What power lingers here is fixed to its original purpose. But if you wish it,
I think the Guardian can manage.
Yeah. We just want to do this one wish, thank you very much, the wish that Savathun set up. I just want to say, I'm so glad to have both Mara's wish. I don't think I realized that Mara's wish was the Dreaming City, a place for the Awoken to be safe. And now having Savathun's wish explained as well, it feels good. It feels good. It feels like Destiny lately in the Lightfall seasons have done a very good job on closing out big questions. Like, we still have many big questions, obviously, but they've done a very good job on tying off loose ends, which has been very nice, like especially Eris Morn's.
what a pity to see you brought so low. Bargaining for salvation at the behest of the witch queen. Desperation makes you brittle prey.
We have endured and will endure long after the memory of you fades.
We're not the only ones after this thing.
Let the egg come to harm, and I will owe you nothing.
Yeah.
Ply your
I am so down to have Wish Dragons back in play. I've always found them so interesting.
Oh, Guardian mine, or fall with what remains of your people, and I Alliances are fragile things. What happens when the threat of extinction is past?
Oh, stop.
Take care you do not end up a pawn of greater powers.
Stop.
Remember, oh Guardian.
I like to believe that the Cabal and the Elixni and everything will be fine and happy, peachy, once the major threat is gone. And I'm going to continue to believe that because as I spoke with, there was a comment on one of my videos about how they believe the next major threat is going to be the Vex. I have been thinking the same thing. And that Veil containment logs with Chioma and Maya, I think they're going to play a major part, or at least some part in, if the Vex are the next major threat, they will be like our leaders through it, I think. Even though they're only simulated by the Vex right now, I think it'd be really interesting.
None of us are to be trusted.
Bad news, Guardian. I bring word from the Techians. Riven's clutch has dispersed across the ley lines of the Ascendant Realm. They now orbit our reality like comets around a sun.
Huh?
Hopefully not beyond our reach.
Yeah.
The Techians are uncertain how this happened, but they've detected a massive surge of paracausal energy across the entire transit system.
Who would have been responsible?
The residual energy has allowed us to predict each egg's trajectory across the lines. The Techians themselves were once scattered across the lines in kind. Guardians were there to guide them home, and we can secure the clutch using the same strategy.
Okay, yeah.
Riven has caused so much strife, and yet we prostrate ourselves to placate her once again.
Yeah.
And too many Corsairs will die on this quest to give the Ahamkara a second chance. As I said, we once utilized the ley lines to find the lost Techians. We can use them again.
I can't stop thinking about that one civilization that lived in harmony with the Wish Dragons. I think we can reach that point with a brand new clutch. Like, especially if they come out young. Like, not that we can, like, trick them or mislead them, but like sort of guide them on like how to live harmoniously with us.
Fight your way into the blind well and reroute the lines through Riven's lair. We'll prepare landings for the clutch as best we can. Now that the ley lines are aligned, the egg should pass within reach of you. You'll have to hurry. We need you in position when it arrives.
So we're just like snatch and grabbing it out of its like orbit? Is that the implication?
Scurry through these halls, all you please. The Queen
really like
risks
Riven.
your lives, wastes precious time on her hollow promise.
Riven's such a shit
is it less
disturber.
fun when something you want is at stake? Petra. Apologies, my queen.
Riven,
You know my conditions. Secure every egg, or the bargain is forfeit.
Riven's really got her soup ladle, and she's just fucking stirring the
Savathun knew
pot.
of the clutch. Did she scatter the eggs on your behalf, or you hers?
Oh.
I bear no loyalty to the Witch Queen.
Okay.
You've shared common cause with her often enough.
As have you. Isn't that why you're here?
When the goals align, right? I don't think it's any deeper than that.
The Taken run rampant, leaderless. It seems the Vex want them contained as well.
Are these Vex of the Soul Divisive?
These pathways.
They seem like Vex of the Black Garden, right? They look overgrown. Maybe I'm not quite seeing them well.
Extend beyond the Dreaming City.
I never escaped the city. I see no reason you should. Ah, still, when the walls close in, what is there to do but fly?
That Hydra. I sense a core of darkness at its heart. The creature serves as the witness's eyes and ears. Destroy it, and we may yet obscure our intentions.
So then they would be the Soul Divisive. Transmit to Riven.
The Techians were right. We did it. Riven isn't the last after all.
If
Another egg
only
safe.
for the moment. You may yet shatter that truth.
Yeah. How does Riven guarantee that we uphold our end of the deal? And once Riven is gone, the eggs don't just die, like we kill them or something like that happens. How is Riven going to guarantee that we stay honorable in this deal? Like, that's what I wonder.
Pleases me to know that one egg survives. To know, even in death. A promising start, O guardian mine. Or is it merely bait on the hook?
That's what I'm saying. I don't blame Riven for being distrustful.
Tell me, Guardian, does helping Riven sit with you as a...
I just want to say, so I've done more Avalon. Legendary Avalon can go eat a dick. It's so hard. Finding out that Asher Mir is like in the Vex network, basically just simulating the Veil and gathering information was so cool and validating, like for Ashermir's Vex existence, and I don't feel like he would even want to be saved if given the opportunity, because he has access to so much information being a part of the Vex, while also being separate and safe and not hunted down from the looks of things.
Does me. She is a blade held in our hand, held too tightly, or trusted not to slip, and it will draw blood.
Airing your concerns to the Guardian as well. Doubt is a useful tool, Queen Mara. But double-edged, is it not?
This wish was crafted by Savathun. Riven cannot be trusted with it. Has the Veil offered any answers?
My study has yielded many interesting curiosities. I understand how the Witness opened the Traveler, but not yet how to replicate it. I need more time.
Wait a second.
Not yet
Come again?
how to
I understand how the Witness opened the Traveler, but not yet how to replicate it. Gotcha.
replicate it.
Okay.
I need more time.
I wish we had more, if you'll pardon the phrase. Time would allow...
I wish I had more time too. This is gonna be a nightmare to edit and get everything done in time. But I'm so excited for Final Shape. People have been, like, as of today, as of this recording, people have been raving about the new trailer, and I'm fighting some demons to not watch that trailer. I want to go in as blind as possible, but also please forgive me if I cave and watch it, because it sounds genuinely incredible.
allow me to insulate us from Riven's ulterior motives. But we've left the Witness undisturbed for too long. We must act.
Risk is a thing I've learned should be managed, not provoked.
Riven is risk incarnate.
Kinda true.
To follow the Witness, I must reconstruct the bridge it forged through the Guardian's ghost. But the Veil is not a docile subject. Abuse it, and a similar fate suffered by the Dreaming City could repeat on New Muna.
So we bide our...
One thing I wonder is the Veil is split from the Traveler. The Traveler kind of has its own will, even though it's not obvious about it. The Veil must be similar, right? If they're two halves of a whole, the Veil must also sort of have its own will. One would assume, anyways.
time while you seek an answer. Until then...
Also, do you know what I just realized about its design? It always kind of looked like a seed with like roots wrapped around, like how roots would be. But now the way I'm viewing it, does it not look like the roots are meant to wrap around the Traveler? Like maybe that's how they're meant to combine with one another, and like that tube is some sort of like amplifier or something like that. I'm just spitballing at this point, but that's just something I noticed. It's very spherical on the root's end.
Have a dragon to charm.
Back from scheming with Mara, are you? Fear not, O guardian mine. I hold no contempt for those who prepare contingencies. In fact, that is what I respect most about Mara. She is wise not to trust me, as I have never trusted her. For ages, Awoken and Ahamkara were both allies and adversaries.
Interesting.
Each seeking to extract a victory from the other. That is the nature of all bargains. To relinquish as little as possible, while securing all you desire. Our bargain is no different. It is not built on trust, but on the knowledge that upholding it will benefit us both.
Right.
And that breaking it will result in more suffering than you can imagine. We must wait for another egg to drift across the ley lines and re-enter our reality. Continue securing my lair until then. Those who now...
So this is how they did their weekly, I'm assuming. Their weekly thing is each week a new egg would become available to save.
Trespass within it have nothing to bargain with, and are thus of no use to me. You would do well to keep that in mind.
Heard. Okay. I think the implication there is Riven has no interest in dealing at all with the Witness. Like, cutting deals for the Witness, I mean.
I understand your concern. But if we cannot rely upon the Veil, the Ahamkara is our only option.
Even if it was Savathun who pointed us at Riven in the first place?
The Witness is our priority. We've dealt with Savathun and Riven in the past.
Yeah.
And now Savathun is free and Riven is toying with us.
But wouldn't Savathun be significantly less powerful because she got like the hive suck from Eris Morn, right? I kind of feel like she is in a prime position to genuinely start working with us, but that might not happen given that everyone still fucking hates her. Why can't they love her like I love her?
I won't end up as a puppet again.
Nor I.
Sorry, I didn't mean...
I fear it too. The experience of watching your body perform a series of actions you would never condone. Of that terrible regret.
Yeah.
But that fear won't stop me. Just as I know it won't stop you.
Was any of it real? All that advice Savathun gave me while she pretended to be you.
At the time Aldrin began his campaign against the Reef, he was already suffering from the Black God's corruption. Riven must have found him an easy victim. One could argue he wasn't fully in command of his decisions. All the same, the impact of those decisions was very real.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this. Did I give you good advice?
Life-changing.
Then hold on to it.
That's what I was gonna say. Then use it. Even if it was a lie, if Savathun gave you meaningful advice that changed your life, use it.
This is an interesting facsimile of the wider city. Not unlike a simulation. Equally impervious to the demands of physical space.
You would see it that way.
Is it the work of a nostalgic heart, or that of a favored listless pet tunneling into the walls?
Simply indulging the creative spirit. Oh, mortal mind.
Oh, mortal mine. Rub it in, why don't you? More veil containment? There's no way. What more could they...
I've reached the extent of what I can glean from the research data.
Okay.
What do we got?
Less than I've hoped for. But the last of Chioma Essie's research has led me to an intriguing topic. Ghosts.
Ghosts? As far as I know, Neomuna never had any contact with a ghost before you all showed up. We knew about them, but...
Precisely. Chioma Essie was researching the entanglement of light and dark without fully understanding either.
Interesting.
Our ghosts are a link to the light of the traveler.
Right.
Then how was the witness able to, on numerous occasions, communicate through them?
Is this about the magnets thing? The parallel energy fields, right?
Well, it makes sense if the Traveler and the Veil are so interconnected. Darkness and light are so interconnected. So it's like Nimbus said, the magnets, right? The parallel energies. They could just kind of sidestep, I'm sure,
Very
and
good.
take control.
In areas of darkness, the witness is able to create a link, not unlike what it created with the Veil and the Traveler.
Ah, like the Vex are able to hack into the Cloud Arc with their tech. It's a parallel connection.
And I believe that connection may not be one-sided.
Oh.
I believe that our ghosts may be able to leverage this connection against it.
Turn the enemy's weapon against them. Well, that sounds great. But how?
That I do not know.
Oh.
But what I do know is that while the witness is out of our reach, it is also out of the reach of our ghosts.
Oh.
Which means whatever lies beyond...
I thought the implication was that we were going to be able to spy on the witness through our ghosts, but this is also good.
On that portal, whatever is inside the Traveler has left the witness blind to our actions.
Yeah, that's also
giving
good.
us an opportunity to make a plan without it knowing.
Precisely. The witness has played all the pieces it can. This is its final act, win or lose. Whatever we do from here determines the fate of everything.
No pressure.
No pressure. What is this? In the shadow of the mountain. Warlord's Ruin. I haven't run this yet. I really want to get a Indebted Kindness though. I've heard they're very, very beloved.
Guardian, good running tactical for you again. This is where the Dark Ether Trail went cold. Oh, Petra's calling.
Petra
I'll patch her
bestie?
into the feed. Petra, did you lose some scorn on Earth?
Not exactly. Riven tells us an Ahamkara claims territory in this region.
I've patrolled this range dozens of times. I'd have noticed a dragon.
They have a history of eluding you, but we'll get to the bottom of this.
How could an Ahamkara... I thought... Aren't they all dead? Wait, this makes no
A minion
sense.
of the Ahamkara here, I guess. Approach with caution.
What is that? It looked like a servitor?
What was that? I just got a spike of weird Taken energy.
That was a chimera. It must be the Ahamkara's avatar.
Interesting. It looked like a servitor with like Ahamkara teeth.
This is all that remains of the Ahamkara then. Even like this, in its silence, it could move worlds.
Wow.
The
And it was just a
damage
bone.
the scorn could have caused had one of them realized what they possessed. We'll secure the bones and make sure this can't happen again.
Yeah. This makes me a little worried about the hidden cost of our deal with Riven.
Yeah.
That thought has crossed my mind.
Petra, I've never apologized to you for what you're still going through.
There's no need. It wasn't you.
But
I'm sorry. He is too. Completely. If I could wish it away.
oh,
No. You're helping break the cycle. That should be more than enough.
Aw. He's really in tune with who Aldrin was, hey?
Is this bone all that's left? Not much of a territorial claim.
Death is not the end for an Ahamkara. If it's feeding, it exists.
That bone's radiating sterile neutrinos. Taken energy?
Yes, like poison in the marrow. But I don't understand how.
Another taken Ahamkara. Oh boy.
It's like the Ahamkara here was feeding off the Taken, preying on their desire to fulfill a purpose.
Oh.
We understand what that's like.
They do like things that loop in on themselves. I thought only Riven dealt with the Taken.
Zivu and the Witness are indisposed. Many Taken are masterless.
Oh.
It's possible a strong will, like an Ahamkara, could have drawn them in.
Oh, that makes
Or
sense.
maybe the Scorn wished them here.
Any scorn making a wish probably doesn't realize they're doing it. At least let's hope not.
Considering what they are, yeah. You.
The Great Hunt doesn't seem to have stopped Ahamkara from granting wishes. It's a shame to shed so much blood for so little return.
They were beautiful creatures, but venomous with guile. It's true the hunt wasn't all motivated by safety. Ahamkara were a threat, but as you noted, their bones are still trophies. Some Guardians continue to wear them for power and status.
That's kind of
Like
messed
I
up.
said, a shame. Ahamkara were all across Seoul. Maybe they're not all dead. I wonder who this one was.
Well, it said Hefnid. Bone of Hefnid. Hefnid.
You know, you sit around enough campfires with Saladin, and you hear about castles like this. There was this warlord in the Dark Age named,
Don't start.
Naeem. She drank with a warlord who'd felled a shape-shifting beast. He led her to the beast's lair, a castle in snowy peaks. Inside was a skull that whispered promises. I always thought Saladin was just blowing smoke.
You found your people. Guardians do love their myths and stories.
Same. That's why I'm here.
Wait. Guardian. The knights you fought are marked. Something we did with the Barons.
Crow,
Marked.
you aren't responsible for this. These Scorn didn't come from the reef.
I'm not seeing things. It's a signature in the dark ether.
Fickrell has been missing from the shore for some time. You
Fickrell
can let
mentioned?
this go.
Fickrell mentioned?
Naeem and Hethend, that's the Ahamkara's name. They'd become friends. Pretty tragic, actually. Saladin said their bond was like a mutual domestication.
Weird.
But it wasn't long before the House of Kings stormed the castle.
When the kings came, I take it Naeem didn't survive them?
No. And in her final breath, she wished ruin on their house. That her vengeance follow them into the grave. Very particular wording.
Her vengeance follow them into the grave. Interesting. Is she responsible for the scorn? Because I thought it was Riven, like, giving the scorn to Uldren.
Had history with the House of Kings. That's what led to the scorn in the first place.
Alright, I'm just gonna, alright.
I'm familiar with your history, but the banners here are ancient.
Like from the Dark Age? You know that warlord? The skull promised her anything she wanted. She offered that promise to surrounding villages. For tribute, of course. Brokered their wishes and protected against consequences. Naeem's reputation spread until... Any guesses, Petra?
She drew attention from the House of Kings, who coveted this power.
Of course.
This all feels personal. Uldren links to the Kings, both linked to Fickrell. My one dangling thread.
Yeah.
Step back from yourself. New Scorn Rising drew Fickrell's attention, King's no less. What if this was a diplomatic envoy? The witnesses' scorn are empty flesh-made weapons.
Yeah.
But the scorn here appeared to express a crude culture.
Oh, that's really
Fickrell's
interesting.
followers have always been different. Capable of learning. Maybe he saw that potential here.
Oh, yikes.
Then maybe you can still get through to him.
Oh, yikes. I don't like that. Ooh. There's some kind of weird, thinky scorn with emotions.
This has to be the castle from Saladin's story. The Scorn have to be kings. It's the only thing that makes sense. Hethend was buried here since the Dark Age, but the instant he could, he lured the Taken in. Poisoned himself, feeding off their ties for the darkness, their want. He found a loophole to raise the kings into scorn and enact his friend's dying wish for revenge.
Wow.
Holding on to that anger for what? Centuries? Just to destroy itself with taking corruption. Of course.
Wow.
Vengeance is an Ouroboros, and everything cyclical is doomed to destroy itself eventually.
That's so interesting. That was a good little nugget of, oh, is there more? I don't think we're done yet. Big bone.
Something is different about this one.
It's big.
And so, the Great Hunt claims the life of another Ahamkara. You slew me 14 times, Wish Dragon. I landed a killing blow only once. Hardly seems fair.
It does. Hardly seem fair.
They say that to draw a weapon against one of your kind is to wish for victory. Even if the beast is slain, the wish is granted. The dragon wins either way. Perhaps that's why they send me on these hunts. Because I do not wish to do this. The Ahamkara are a force of nature. To blame you for an ill-conceived wish is like blaming fire for burning down a house.
Poor guy.
And yet, when a fire rages out of control, it must be extinguished. There is no joy or ambition in it. Only
That's
the knowledge
brutal.
that it must be done.
That's brutal.
Rest well, dragon. Let this castle be your tomb, one befitting a creature of your stature.
Wow, he really respected them.
That is the closest thing to a wish you'll get from me.
Shax is the other warlord?
Saladin never mentioned that? It's sweet in a way, that this is the way Heaven chose to speak to us.
Yeah.
Well, Heaven, I'm sure the Guardian found you a worthy opponent too. We were glad to hear your story.
Me too.
Who wants to ask Shax about this?
I feel really bad for Shax, because he clearly really respected the Wish Dragons, but also just thought they were like a raging wildfire that had to be controlled. Ah.
A timely arrival, Guardian. Another egg from my clutch will soon pass by our reality. You should prepare to claim it. It is a strange turn of events that they were cast into the Ascended Plane. Strange, but not unintentional, I suspect. Ask yourself, who would benefit from such a situation? Who wields the requisite mastery over the ley lines?
That would be Mara, wouldn't it?
Who has a history of sequestering the Ahamkara to keep them hidden?
That would be Mara, wouldn't it?
I said before that I do not trust Mara Saf. Tell me, do you?
In the past, no. But lately, given all the like group counseling and therapy she's given people, I really want to trust Mara Saab.
She offers you praise and gifts, bequeaths to you a share of her power. Is she so different from an Ahamkara? From me? Do you truly believe she wishes for nothing in return?
Well, she wants the witness gone, that much is sure.
Know this, Guardian. I have been forthright about what I stand to gain from our arrangement. A future for my otherwise extinct kind. Mara, on the other hand, what does she stand to gain?
A way to pursue the witness. I'm gonna explain it away for her. She just wants to pursue the witness and deal with that threat. Oh god. Riven's doing that thing where I don't trust anybody.
Wrath of the Queen, this is not your fight. Somewhere out there, a pack of doomed corsairs waits for you.
I'll be there. They know I'll always be there.
You want to help. You would do anything.
I will. Without you.
That seemed like tempting into a wish.
You set obstacles in our path, mock our efforts, all while we seek to save your eggs. Is gloating over the ruin you made of our home worth losing them forever?
You set the snare, then complained that I refused to lay my neck within it. To beg and weep for what you desire. That is not in me.
Riven's got a point. Egg number 2.
Another egg secured. Well done, Guardian.
The Taken aren't the only creatures attempting to thwart us. Riven seeks to entangle us in another loop, to keep us chasing down her clutch while the witness runs rampant.
Mara's getting mad.
If this is a game, it suits your purposes. Sealing the eggs away, buying time for your broken warlock to cheat me. You have my terms. See this through, or make peace with your fate.
Yeah. Again, I don't know enough about wish dragons to really be worried about it.
You've made excellent progress, but the remainder of the clutch will never reach us if they remain on their current trajectories. Queen Mara and her Techians once communed with the Harbingers, entities that can traverse the weft and weave of the ley lines. Mara's personal Harbinger can bring the clutch home, but she'll need to guide it with a signal. We need you to retrieve a Starlight Lodestone. It's a channeling medium the Queen can use to signal the Harbinger. All this to help Riven while the Dreaming Halls remain locked in her curse. The temporal loop that binds the Dreaming City could continue to plague the reef indefinitely. I wish my people could rest. I wish I could aid the trapped Corsairs across our shores. But Riven's curse is just a preamble compared to the final shape. The Witness seeks to finish what it started with the collapse.
The final shape mentioned!
And so we remain occupied. Andrea Sylvia burns. I regret we can do no more to advance your position in the field, but I'll be in touch as soon as the Queen finishes her communion.
Next week. I understand it's a live service game, but I don't know how I feel about weekly updates to the story. I feel like I'm a little bit spoiled in watching it all happen at once, because I think it's so easy to forget something that happened. I have one of the worst memories in the entire world. I would be forgetting all of these plot points had I not been experiencing them like perfectly sequentially. So I really enjoy absorbing the story this way, and I hope in their new episodes rather than seasons they approach it kind of with that goal in mind, but maybe not.
So this is what? The third bargain we've struck with a compulsive liar?
Having your back to the wall is never a good feeling.
It's so much worse being back in the Dreaming City.
Everything's so vivid,
Now that you
I'm sure.
remember.
Yeah.
I know every inch of it. The gardens, the palace. How it used to be before Riven's curse.
And he blames himself. Old
Crow.
If it wasn't for me, the curse would never have happened.
that slip.
Riven used you. Used us. Our grief, our desperation. I wanted vengeance more than anything. The truth is, if I thought hiding from my guilt would help anyone, I'd be on the far side of the system.
You don't think we're just making the same mistake?
Uldren used to say, if you don't like the odds, don't sit at the table. Trusting Riven is a risk, but without her, we have no way of pursuing the Witness. I'd rather risk failing than wait here for the final shape.
Exactly. Final shape mentioned!
Right there with you.
It's a risk, but one we have to take. Just like in Season of the Witch, bringing Savathun back. A risk, but we had to take it.
Another egg safely retrieved. I may have to make good on my word. Though from what the Techians whisper, the rest will prove more elusive. Mara may have to take drastic measures to catch them. All reward requires risk. Mara knows this truth better than most. That is what first enticed me to stay with the Sov siblings. Their penchant for adventure. Their unquenchable ambition.
Probably look like a feast to you.
Each of them deliciously reckless in their own way.
Yeah.
Your crow hides it well, but I can still smell Aldrin's daring nature on him. Imagine what he could accomplish if only he'd embrace it.
He's kind of making peace with Uldren,
But
even though
you-
he's still torn up.
You charge headlong into danger without a second thought.
Head empty.
All for the promise of power.
We do love our loot.
I knew from the first moment I set eyes on a light bearer that your kind would change everything for the Ahamkara. And oh, how right I was.
But the light bearers nearly wiped you out. Well, did wipe you out, aside from these eggs.
Queen Mara, I hail you now out of necessity of the heart. Else I feel as though I will burst into solar flame.
Shax speaking up.
Long have I admired you from afar, ever since you graced me with your power and benevolence in the Reef Wars.
Is he confessing?
Not a day goes by without me thinking back to the time you bade me repay that debt to you. How we spent hours together, long into the night.
Should we be listening? This is awkward.
You spirit me to your side again, to serve as your consort, your knight, your humble vassal, anything to be near you.
Ooh.
I beg you to grant me an audience once more. Please give me the gift and the privilege of basking in your favor.
What?
For without you, I shall wither and crumble into dust, to be scattered across the cosmic wind.
Jesus, Shags.
This again?
Again.
You and I both know he sounds nothing like that, Riven.
That makes way more sense. Does this mean that potentially Mara has a crush on Shax? Why would Riven use Shax's voice like that? Interesting.
Perhaps
Food for
I should
thought.
use a voice with which you are even more intimately familiar. How about...
Do not speak her name.
As you wish, O Majesty mine.
Wait. Someone in the comments once told me that Mara... Was it Ado? Mara once had a roommate named Ado something or something Ado. Is that who Riven was just suggesting? In which case, how very rude and hurtful, because I'm pretty sure they're dead as hell.
You've returned. Would that the Queen's witches had your punctuality, O Warden mine.
Warden? I mean, kind of fair.
The Techyans
Kind
have
of
started work on the lodestone, but they can't finish it without help. I would love to find amusement in their inadequacy, make a meal of it. However, the task of helping those who can't help themselves has fallen on your shoulders again. Something of the Ahamkara in you, perhaps? The lodestone must be attuned to the confluence, like teaching a compass where north lies.
Okay, that's fair.
I've simplified, of course, for your sake.
No, it made so much sense. How dare you?
The calibration will take some time. Should I pray for you to make it out alive?
That would be nice and thoughtful. If you don't mind. Maybe you could wish for it.
We made exquisite partners, you and I. Even if our partnership had its violent disagreements. You had so many dreams, and I knew how to weave them into the weapons you craved. Let's rekindle that little arrangement, shall we? I'm already here, after all. Slay my enemies. Protect my children. Give me peace, and I will forge a small measure of your brutality and greed into tools of death.
Love it.
I
Weapons.
ask for nothing in return, but your dedication to our cause, and the pleasure of each broken enemy.
Good lord.
Go now. Your prey awaits.
The Techyans are in final preparations for the lodestone. Your work in its calibration was invaluable. It will serve as a beacon for the Queen to make contact with her personal harbinger. She'll commune with it. Ask it to guide the remainder of the clutch back to us. It's the last of its kind. And it's good to see a harbinger, normally a weapon of war, used for diplomacy.
A harbinger. Is that like a
Even
ship?
with Riven. In the
Or is
past,
this a warrior?
the pinnacle of the Spine of Keres provided the open sky the Queen needed for this communion. It will suffice again. But the Taken can test that region, as they have since Riven's curse rang out. They will hinder your every step. So cut through them, secure the spine, and the Queen will do the rest.
Okay.
Communion with my Harbinger requires we access the highest point of the spine of Karis. But Riven's curse remains. The curse brings new Taken to the region every cycle. So hunt them and our work can begin. Once the spine is secure, Sadia and the Techians can light up the...
So even once this is all over, is this curse gonna go away once we've like dealt with Riven, or will this just always be a thing that Riven can't undo?
beacon for the Harbinger. You'll find 2 ogres within, Guardian. As all Guardians have since the curse began. All across this region, the Corsairs remain as well. Reliving this nightmare is a matter of course, as we bend backward to aid the Ahamkara that unleashed this. One crisis at a time, my wrath.
When you word it that way,
my queen.
That's very fucked up.
Well struck. The observatory is secure. Sadia and the Techians are now free to signal my Harbinger. We'll use it to pull the clutch within our reach. The Harbingers once aided the Awoken against the likes of the Taken King. But your actions today shall allow a Harbinger to aid in diplomacy. For perhaps the first time. Even if it is with an enemy of the state. Just the same. All things are handled here, Guardian, thanks to you. I need your strength elsewhere.
So a Harbinger is just like a specialized warrior? Maybe they said it and I spaced out for a second, but interesting? That's what I understand of it? I don't remember the last time I've ever heard a Harbinger mentioned.
The next egg should be coming into range.
Mara's seeing to the Harbinger. We'll cover you on this one.
Guardian, I'm seeing a lot of Scorn activity ahead. I doubt they understand what it is we're after, but they'll get in our way all the same.
Of course.
Such callousness toward your creations. I suppose they have a new master now.
No comment. Oh, no comment. Jesus. Ouch.
Do you remember how you brought me to the Dreaming City for the first time?
I remember.
You sought a gift for your sister. Something that could delight and surprise.
And it was an entire wish dragon?
Let's stay focused.
These Scorn can't be getting fresh orders from the Witness. What are they up to?
Poisoning every corner of the Dreaming City they can reach.
Perhaps they resemble their creator. All aimless yearning.
I yearn for you to stop talking.
Yeah. Riven is really, really going for Crow's throat right now. It's so unnecessary. What a shit. She's back there with her ladle. Stirring the pot again.
Itchy. You'll have to put this one down as well.
Riven.
Shields aren't impermeable. Turn their own poison against them.
Egg.
I understand the Queen's reluctance, but you've done the Witness's bidding before. Why not again?
Kill my friends to bring on the final shape? No thanks.
No thanks.
A wish to end suffering. You made such a wish once, and brought about so much death.
You know that wasn't what I wanted.
You should have been more careful with your words.
God damn.
Enough! It's done! The Queen is waiting.
At least we'll know with Savathun's wish, like, it's Savathun. Like, it was probably very particular wording on this wish.
Channels. I am sorry that we are forced to entreat with Riven.
Look, Mara being empathetic and kind again. I love it. I love when this happens for her.
She and I have our own histories to navigate, but what she did to you, how she wormed her way into your mind, that was inexcusable. It pains me to put you through this.
Even after all that's happened, you still think I need to be protected.
Oh, wow.
No, that is not.
It's all right, Mara. I understand. We've always shared a connection. Even when you were lost in the Ascendant Plane, I could still feel your presence. Your heartbeat. I knew you weren't truly gone. Riven was only able to manipulate me because of how strong our connection was. I've made choices I'm not proud of. But I'll never apologize for the reason I made them.
Wow.
It's the same reason you reach out even now when you see me struggling. You're my sister. Nothing can break that bond.
Oh, this is so sweet.
Not death, not Riven, not even the light.
Like Ager and Rhaegar, finding each other in the storm.
Oh.
Yeah, well, all that we've been through, that's no fable.
Mm-hmm.
We stood together as the world collapsed around us.
And we'll stand together again.
Wow. Oh, that was such a good moment, especially because we know how much Mara hurts over losing Uldren. It's like she kind of has a piece of him back in Crow for the first time, really. Oh, that was such a good moment. I loved that.
Guardian, I'm afraid progress is slow.
You're doing your best, King.
The Veil is a clever tangle in and of itself. It reforms as the consciousnesses connected to it ebb and flow. They rush in, awash with dreams and wonder, and then drain away. I believed that once I understood the Veil, mechanically, once I understood Strand, that I would see its patterns with new clarity. That has not happened. This is not like charting a course through the currents of a sea or the depths of space. It is an architecture defined by how we intend to imagine it. Not dissimilar to the Ascended Plane, if more like its opposite. The Ascended Plane mirrors aspects of our world, aspects of will and import to those who traverse it. Those aspects are decided upon through our actions. The Veil, conversely, weaves not with our will, not our decisions, but with intent, unfiltered by logic.
Oh, that's...
What we feel, not what we decide.
It's ruled by
Mapping
feelings.
such a thing would be like rebuilding a creature from the calcified remains we found aboard the pyramid ships. They are an image of a dissection, a deadened echo of existence. But to look at them as they are, to see their disparate parts, even understanding their anatomy does not give us the knowledge to make them as they were. I will continue to seek the path the witness forged into the Traveler. But I am no longer confident that it could ever be walked again.
Which is why we need Riven's wish.
Riven may be our only option.
Yeah. Or Savathun's wish, I should say. Whew, that was a word soup. Osiris, you're confusing me a little bit here, buddy. All that to say, he might not find a way to retrace the steps that the witness took. Got it. Okay.
So many wish to be closer with their family. The absent and the estranged cause rifts in a person's psyche. I hear them even now. Let me speak to my father again, one last time. Let my daughter see me for who I am. One of the stranger human impulses, don't you find? Above all, Ahamkara want to feed, to drink
People yearn for
deep
closure
of
that
the
they didn't
gulf
get.
between desire and reality.
Yeah.
Other Ahamkara are competitors for limited resources, not allies.
Really? Then why would you want an entire
The
clutch to
only
survive?
exception is a mate.
Oh.
Sometimes we reach beyond ourselves. Perhaps if we stood by one another more, we'd have survived the great hunt. If we were a little more human.
Yeah.
But that bargain is not within our natures to make.
Interesting. So the reason that they fell was because they were so divided amongst themselves. Because having other Ahamkara in the picture meant there was less resources, less desire to go around to feed on. Interesting. Very insightful. Like, for Ahamkaras and how they operate.
Osiris, are you on this channel?
I am. Quite frequently these days.
I am.
How may I assist the Queen's wrath?
A personal matter. I was hoping you could tell me about your experience with Strand, how it's affected you.
Strictly research, but it is fascinating.
We know you've learned to wield it.
Who told you this? Mara.
Yeah.
The rumors are true, though I am still only a figment of my former self.
That's understandable. But your worth was never seated in the light. It's in your mind.
Dang.
I imagine I'm not unlike one of your Techians, then. If I'm not mistaken, the Queen mentioned you trained as one yourself.
Oh, I don't know if I knew
A long time
that.
ago, without much success.
That would be why.
Though my sister, Pinar, excelled in her training, she was the pride of Amethyst. I was not. But, even with that power, she couldn't stop the House of Wolves from raising our home.
Rough.
I joined the Corsairs shortly after, to hunt the wolves down.
Loss has a way of shaping us all.
And clouding us. I thought the decisions I was making were the ones required of me. A kind of honor-bound reaction to pressure. I burned bridges across the reef on my hunt. Without Mara, I'd be an outcast.
Aw.
Now, seeing the new coven, having their respect, their trust, I can do more than just react. Maybe I can tap into that training for something progressive, as something other than a Techian, for the benefit of our people.
I've learned that failure is not a lacking within us. It is a sign that we were not ready to face the challenge we chose at the time.
Interesting.
We must fall to start again, Petra. But as long as we persist, hope remains. Potential remains. Perhaps you're ready now.
We might still have
I can see
Techie and
why Mara
Petra.
values your perspective. Thank you, Osiris.
You return again, Guardian. And so does another egg from my clutch. It seems Mara's Harbinger has succeeded in pulling it close enough for you to catch. How convenient. Though it would have been far more convenient for them not to have been scattered at all. I have never taken Mara at her word. But she is not a fool. Had she been the one to set my eggs adrift, then she would have devised an easier way to retrieve them.
Yeah.
One that requires less risk. But if Mara was not the one responsible,
Had to have been Savathun,
then
right?
who was? And what did they stand to gain from it?
Had to be Savathun. The thing that Savathun stood to gain was our cooperation in resurrecting her and following through with the rest of her plan. Makes perfect sense if it was Savathun, doesn't it?
Manipulating the ley lines like this reeks of paracausal magic. And Ahamkara's doing. Someone wished for this.
Really?
And when I find out who it was, then I will feast.
Jesus. So maybe it wasn't Savathun's doing. Another Ahamkara's wish magic displaced her egg. Why? Is there another Ahamkara still in
have a
play?
problem.
We know the one in Warlord's Ruin was just a dead one, fulfilling a long unfulfilled wish. So What else could be in play?
I
Where?
was prepping our entry point and Soul Divisive started pouring into the confluence. I managed to slip out into the Overcity undetected, but just barely.
How did they get ahead of us? Of the Techians?
I don't know, but we need to move on this.
Well, I suppose no plan survives contact with the enemy. Guardian, make sure whatever the Vex are planning doesn't survive contact with you.
That's what we're best at.
My brood is in peril! Sneak thieves ransack my lair!
Dirty sneak thieves.
Roar my fury through your fangs! Consume them all!
She is worked up. I'll guard the confluence from the surface, make sure nothing tries to ambush you. Osiris, I've been thinking about why the Vex would hit this spot.
Oh?
And
Any
the
insights?
arboretums where the confluence intersects with the Dreaming City's ley lines. They could be trying to establish a connection.
Or perhaps excise the confluence from the city altogether, thereby removing our ability to appease Riven.
That sounds like a Vex plan to me.
One we cannot abide.
I remember the Soul Divisive doing all sorts of weird things in the Black Garden. In the deepest parts, they were experimenting with paracausal forces.
That's great.
Adjusting their code to more closely reflect the way they perceive the darkness.
But to
Interesting.
no avail to my recollection.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps this is the end of those experiments. Perhaps it is something new. Oracles. Outside the Vault of Glass.
That noise. I did Vault of Glass so long ago. I really liked that little puzzle with the noises.
I did not think it possible.
Are you seeing those readings too?
Resonance. If they are tapping into the darkness's memory, it may enhance their predictive capabilities.
Oh god. No,
Looks
no,
like
no, no.
The witness might have taught the Soul Divisive.
So this is one thing that I'm theorizing moving into like post final shape in how the Vex could become like the new big threat. First off, we know that most of what we've been dealing with of the Vex thus far are like gardeners and scouts and like very run-of-the-mill types. So already there's bigger threats available. Further, the only reason that we've been able to outmaneuver the Vex constantly is because they cannot they cannot account for our paracausality. So if in our actions in the final shapes, we trigger something in motion where the Vex can learn to predict our paracausality, that would put them in such a prime position to be a major, major, major threat.
Some new tricks.
The Soul Divisive sought to align their collective more closely with that which they worship.
Either way, I guess now we know how they got ahead of us.
A detainment matrix.
Shatter it!
Transmat signal scrambled. You're going to have to fight your way out, Guardian.
What happens if we lose one of the eggs? Was that in the agreement? Did we have to get all of them for the deal to be, like, good to go?
Fools! Poachers strip my dead! They wrap hungry jaws around my young!
Maybe we'd have gotten here sooner if you'd stop playing games with us.
Get her.
I'm long finished playing with you, fallen prince.
Oh god.
Enough. There is nowhere they can run that the Guardian cannot deliver your retribution.
Wish it true. Ask me to rewrite this failure, and I will make it so.
Can we trust that?
You really can't help yourself.
We have a lead. In the darkness connection we detected in the oracles. Start there, find the trail. Your egg isn't lost yet.
So this also confirms, one thing I wondered is why can't the Ahamkara just wish things themselves? They need something else to wish it. Otherwise she would have just wished it true there herself. Interesting. I'm learning so much about the wish dragons.
Good to be working together again. Hey, Guardian. The Vex may have snuck in ahead of us, but we're not out of the race yet. Osiris thinks that a Vex mind must have figured out how to simulate the Techians. So long as they have access to those algorithms, the Vex can track the eggs. Same as we can.
Okay, that explains.
So, we'll just have to steal them back. I managed to pick up the trail. Looks like the Soul Divisive tucked the egg away in the Black Garden.
Ooh,
Lucky for
Black
us,
Garden moment.
That's familiar territory.
Mm-hmm.
I remember how to get in. All we need is the head of a Vex Gate Lord. Kidding. Turns out Riven had her own path.
Wait,
into
is
the
that
garden.
a throwback? Is that a was that D1? Either way, it's a really, really old season. To get the head of a Gate Lord to get into the Black Garden. Holy crap.
To get in there and put that Vex mind out of commission. I'll be on comms, keeping an eye on the tracking signal. And watching your back, of course.
Star-crossed exotic mission. Wait, what exotic is this for?
Riven, you never mentioned you had a personal route to the Black Garden.
And I never would have. But these are desperate times.
The Last City and the Awoken have history here. What's your connection to
That's
it?
my question.
Currently, it's an inconvenience.
Okay, but what about before?
My child is lost in this ontology, and our enemies are hunting.
Eyes up, Guardian. I've heard whispers like this before. Riven was playing me into a grave.
Those whispers aren't mine. Guardian, the barrier ahead will not yield. But I've left latent sparks of paracausality you can harness. Break through.
So you have been here before. Riven, what is this place?
An Ahamkara lair.
Hidden in the Black Garden? Is it yours?
You've seen mine.
We have. Is this the other Ahamkara?
Again.
I assure you, that's not my voice.
Wait!
It's getting louder.
What is
You'll
going
find
on?
the way is locked, but paracausal energy is your key.
What is going on here?
Sparks seem different.
Because they are not mine.
What aren't you telling us, Riven?
Yeah!
The Vex couldn't have created all this. They can't simulate paracausality.
You truly wish to know?
Please! Please!
Watch yourself, Guardian.
Oh. Well, I would have gotten got. Are you kidding me?
Lies in solving the paracausality of this place.
What did you protect here?
Many. But whoever scattered the clutch is using this lair against me.
Somebody wished to scatter Riven's
We
clutch.
couldn't have done this.
Who? A witness? That doesn't make sense.
Ahamkara could have.
Oh, this is so interesting. I gotta sit up. I gotta get better posture. This is so interesting. Spines? And there's the egg.
The
Wish
voices
keeper.
are asking to use me as a vessel.
That's Tyrannus.
Dead Wish Dragon?
Let him speak. Please.
Wow. Like an
I'll
emotional
try
side
anything
of
twice.
Riven. Twice!
Let's hear you, whoever you are.
Knowing that growl just came out of Crow? Crow, you're back in. I forgive your beefy comment. You're back in my interests.
Riven. Oh, I've missed you.
Riven's mate. Riven's mate.
Tyrannus. What have you done?
made my last wish.
Your wish. You utter fool.
Does it kill a wish dragon?
It's been fulfilled. Thanks to you and the Wishkeeper, I can rest.
If there were anything left of you, I'd flay it from your bones.
It was good to dance with you, oh beloved mine. One last time.
Aww. I feel kind of heartbroken over these two.
Who was he, Riven?
So the implication seems like if a wish dragon makes a wish itself, it seems to kill it, right? Because I think that's the implication I got here. Tyrannus wished for something and it undid him to fulfill that wish. Weird.
Tyrannus was my mate.
Yeah. Live. Tyrannus, Riven's mate. You will not hear our bones sing in dreams. You will not shelter under our wings. You will have to remember for yourselves. Oh, this is to the clutch. I'm getting emotional. Your sire was Riven of 1,000 voices. She who contracted with royalty. She who built the dreaming city and brought it to its knees. Your dam was Tyrannus. He who made the Black Garden his own. He who strangled his life for yours. He whose wish tricked even Riven. Remember, I will not bargain with my children. Our lives are our gifts to you. Glut yourselves on them. Learn who you are. The clutch of your sire, the strongest, the wiliest, the sharpest clawed arbiters of reality. The clutch of your fool of a dam, never taken by another's will, never ruled by hunger without choice. Sing your own songs. Find those whom your wings would stretch out to shelter. O whims of my blighted heart, born of our eyes and teeth and will to power, live as yourselves, never less than that. I'm emotional, dude. That's awesome. Oh, I love the wish dragons, dude. Oh, I want this new clutch to like make their own dreams come true, dude.
I was not always a prisoner in the dreaming city. The Ahamkara were once free to roam its halls.
Interesting.
That's where I met Tyrannus. And Tyrannus, unlike others, unlike me, cherished those who wished to him.
Really?
Those who bargained with him were safe. It must have cost him. I found his restraint intriguing. And my art, my dreaming halls, my dance with the queen, moved Tyrannus in turn. Together, we became the ebb and flow of the tide. Through him, I glimpsed a world without the tireless cycle of bargaining and feeding, of peace. Tyrannus invited me to his lair, a place where we couldn't be found, in the ontology of the Black Garden. My joy of turning desire to woe faded for one rapturous moment.
Wow.
We made successes together.
They had sex.
We built secrets together. And then came your great hunt of the Ahamkara.
Oh, man. Man, we're the bad guys.
My freedom under guise of protection.
We are so the bad
Tyrannus
guys.
and I were forever separated. But we could still whisper to one another in the space between. At least until a king arrived and made a bargain I could not refuse. I became both king and dragon. I spoke with his voice, and Tyrannus knew it. So he did the one thing our kind must never do. Grant his own wish at the cost of his existence.
There it is.
A wish to keep the eggs out of harm's reach until someone could protect them.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Someone like you. His wish keeper.
Oh, I'm so sad. I love Tyrannus. Holy crap, that was great. That was
Tyrannus
awesome.
was always a sentimental fool. His last wish has caused us no small amount of trouble.
Yeah?
All wishes come at a cost, even those we Ahamkara grant ourselves. Especially those we grant ourselves. My kind feeds on the difference between what is desired and what comes to pass. That is why we grant wishes the way we do. In granting our own wish, we eliminate that difference. We smother the flame, and our voices fall silent. Our existence ends.
Brutal.
Ahamkara are selfish creatures, not prone to such acts of sacrifice. But Tyrannus,
good boy. Best boy.
he was different. His sacrifice might save us all.
Wow.
You destroyed the Vex mine simulating the Techion's work. The Vex will not reach the eggs first again. But they still hold my lair.
Yeah.
Put Tyrannus' gift to good use, O guardian mine. It is your turn to grant a last wish.
Cry. I'm gonna go cry forever. Tyrannus is the most precious Ahamkara and gives me so much hope for this future clutch. Ah! My heart! My heart! Hearing Riven's entire tone change when discussing Tyrannus, that was something sweet,
I don't
dude.
know. I haven't spoken to Jolion since Glint raised me.
Jolion.
You used to be inseparable.
Oh, a
It's
past
not just
partner.
anyone who would follow you into the Black Garden.
I thought you'd want me to keep my distance.
Queen Mara wanted to protect you from Uldren's memories. I think we're past that.
Definitely.
Yeah, probably.
You should reach out. Julian is a good man.
Man?
I'm a different person. That probably goes for Jolion too. The last time he saw me...
Man?
Let him make that decision. You were close.
My bi king? Is that him? Destiny is so gay. I am always living for it. Holy shit. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but it seems very interpersonal, very romantically interpersonal here.
Chances are you could be again.
I'll think about it.
My bi king,
You
go
know,
off.
You still give good advice, Petra.
Yeah, well, I never take it.
She's like, I will give the good advice, but I will never take it myself. Ooh, this season! Gamers, this season has been, ooh, a juicy one.
Something is wrong. Its stench lingers in the air, wafting up from the shadows of the confluence. I remember this sensation. The creeping whispers. Putrid oil on water. Taken corruption seeps into my lair, as it once did into me. Mara's Techion's expect another egg will enter our reality soon. Cut the strings of those taken puppets, as you traverse the confluence.
Something's wrong. Why are the Taken pushing so much?
As I said before, Oryx's bargain with me has expired. I owe him nothing. The same holds true for the Witness.
Good.
If it seeks to take something from me without reaching an accord, then I will reclaim what is mine with vengeance in my heart. Make haste. Reach my offspring before the Taken.
So then does the Witness know we're making a grab for the
Tyrannus'
eggs?
sacrifice must not have been made in vain.
Yeah. The Witness must know in some capacity that we're trying to get the Wish Dragon eggs. If the Taken are acting more aggressively.
Vermin in my lair. Their wants echo of the walls. They wish to corrupt my kin. They do not heed my will or know me. I cannot restrain their hunger.
You never did. I kept them in check.
I can feel your desire, Petrovenge, wrath of the Queen. You walk these sullied halls and see your stagnant years of toil. It is like a game, isn't it? One you simply must continue testing. Why not let me help you?
Oh gosh.
I can free us.
I'd rather fight another 1,000 cycles and watch you starve.
So prickly, Petra. You awoken never trust my good intentions. Pity.
I mean, she's been fighting an endless battle because of you. So I don't blame Petra.
They blighted the air itself.
Your queen is correct. Corruption bleeds into this city from her throne. A poisoned rain built on the edge of envenomed knives. Why risk slipping? You wish the dreaming city safe? To walk your realm again? Scrawl it on your wall if you must. And let me make it real.
You cannot tempt us with shadows.
I would tempt you with anything to protect my whims.
Riven does seem genuine now. I think after learning about Tyrannus, Riven is having a change of heart.
Much like ascendant beacons in the ley lines. They'll need to be relit, and the Taken hold their fuel.
You've helped me. My species will live on because of you. Why not forgive like you have the prince? We can help each other more.
Every Corsair I've watched die, knowing it was coming. Your help would be a mockery of their sacrifice.
I so get it.
We both want our kind to be free. Simply say it.
Silence! Each of your 1,000 tongues be still. Gratitude is all we wish to hear from Riven this day.
My thanks. You have.
I sympathize with Petra, and I don't know if wishing it would free Petra and the Dreaming City from that endless cycle. And I don't know if Riven would do it properly without a twist to it. So that's a tough situation, and I don't really know how I feel about Riven even after the Tyrannus stuff. I'm maybe they're having a change of heart and really want to help, but who knows? It's a wish dragon. How can you really trust them?
There it is, the beast that hunts my young. Erase this intruder from my lair.
So, the Taken do have a field commander.
No.
A knight bearing Zivu Arath's mark. She must still hold sway over the Taken.
Zivu.
But not all of them. Whatever the Guardians did to her, her power must be waning.
My egg. What has become of my will?
That egg is corrupted.
It's polluted by the Taken's corruption, but intact.
You recover one of my brood, only to let another suffer for your cause. And for this, you demand gratitude.
Contain yourself. We have the egg.
But it's taken.
Petra, Guardian, return with it, and I will see if its corruption can be reversed.
I have no love for Riven, and no complete trust of an Ahamkara's predatory nature. But we need that final wish fulfilled. A bargain with Riven cannot be altered, perhaps not even by her. And we owe her all of the clutch.
So we do need to get them all. Okay.
Guardians have freed Techians from Taken influence before.
Oh yeah, we
The
have.
circumstances were extraordinary, but perhaps it can be done again.
I forgot about
In our
that.
war with the Taken in the Dreaming Halls, we found that Taken ontology, when faced with itself, feeds on itself.
Interesting. Okay.
Following that principle, you should be able to find a coalescence of Taken essentia in the Ascendant realm. Theoretically, we could use it to cleanse the egg. That's all the strategy I can offer you, I'm afraid. Your tenacity in this is appreciated. And appropriate.
I forgot that we saved the Techians
If we
from being
fail
taken.
here, Riven loses an egg. But we lose our path to the Witness. And all roads thereafter.
Yeah. The stakes are too damn high.
You have it? Yes. I can sense the recurrent hunger collapsing in on itself. If left alone, do you think a corrupted egg would produce a whim like Riven? Would it retain control of itself? Or would it be a beast whose hunger could never be satiated?
Probably the latter.
Is there any difference between the two?
I like to think there's a
Petra
difference.
is waiting.
Tyrannus kind of proved
Meet
that
her,
to me.
and let us placate the dragon in our midst.
Tyrannus is like the basis for all of my hope for the Wish Dragons.
The spell to cleanse the egg has been prepared, but it requires paracausal fuel to ignite. Riven could provide us with the spark herself, but we can't trust her not to take advantage.
Yeah.
In her current state, she might be unable to, even if she won't admit it.
Interesting.
I'd take it myself, but I've hurled expletives at its mother and made too many wishes out loud during this operation. For all we know, that's how the Great Hunt was begun. Instead, you could allow the egg to feed on your desire, as a catalyst to jumpstart the spell.
Oh,
It should be perfectly safe. This Ahamkara is not yet born. You're not making a true bargain.
That's fair.
And we have no other choices. Head to Riven's lair and focus on what you crave of the outcome. Let's hope we don't end up with another curse.
Yeah. But that, like she said, we can't properly form a bargain with it as it's not yet hatched, so it should be fine.
The Taken haunt these halls once again. This is a fortuitous intersection of events for us. With what you recovered and my incantations, we are ready. Press forward. Keep in your mind the desire to cleanse the corruption. The tiny whim in that egg won't be able to resist your paracausal desire. They will make it reality, and in turn draw the poison out to be fused with the essentia you carry.
Interesting. These are a lot of assumptions to make, but I'm sure it'll work.
Laden with plans and desire.
I've ascertained the path the witness took, but the veil alone cannot safely reconstruct it.
What stops you?
Instability. The veil traces the shape of our consciousness, but that shifts as fluidly
Osiris is getting Marilyn Monroe with his skirt.
as our thoughts do. It is as though we alter the path by observing it. None would
I
survive
like the little head shake.
I can grant passage. Savathun's wish can weave the ley lines into the veil, entangle them for a moment. But you will not send an army on the wings of a wish. Only one.
One? Explain this deception.
You've done me a great many services, O Warden's Mind. I'll grant you the ultimate Ahamkara courtesy.
The complete truth.
The complete truth.
Oh.
Savathun's wish grants one singular passage. No more.
You knew from the beginning.
Damn.
You sought to twist our aspirations, as your kind always does.
How many of my clutch would you have saved had you been privy to the limitations of our arrangement?
Play your part, lest I shape you into a trinket of caged hunger to be forgotten in the Guardian's vault.
Listen, my vault is very full right now, okay? But I don't got no room for a hunger of a wish dragon. There's too many extra weapons in there.
Helpless prisoner. What other part would you wish I play? I cannot change Savathun's intent.
Then what use are you to me?
Mara, one. Maybe all we need.
I am being transparent, kind even. It could always be worse, as you know.
Mara is being a bit
This
rash
is our
here.
only way to pursue the witness.
Whoa.
One to send.
It's gonna have to be the Guardian. Oh no. Wow, though.
This simplifies things. What if... Yes. Guardian, excuse me, I believe I'm onto something.
One to send. Now, does one... Can we, like, twist the meaning of the word, I wonder? Because they can only... The wish can only send one. But does it say one person or one thing? Because if it could send one thing, could it not send all of the Vanguard? Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions here, but... Or something to create a bridge for us. I wonder. Osiris seems to have an idea.
One to send, she said.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the witness had found a point of weakness and exploited that point to pierce the traveler's defenses. But the witness did not gain entrance through an attack. It parried. There was no need to breach a door because through the traveler's resistance, the way was left open.
I think I understand.
Its blast was meant to expel, but the witness redirected the flow of that intent with its own, using the veil. If Riven can imprint the ley lines into the veil, send one of our own to the other side without invitation, we can open the door. Once open, Guardian,
like unlock it from the other
the
side.
path to it matters not. Only that we're now able to cross the threshold.
Oh, that's
The veil
so smart.
will flow to that point around any obstacle. I told you I was onto something.
Smart boy.
It
I was
sounds
way off
simple
base.
in retrospect, to use the ley lines as means of travel, as we have before.
Mm-hmm.
But they do not touch the traveler, nor the veil, and not even Mara can command them to do so.
Yeah.
It may seem as though Riven promises more than is possible. But that is the foundation of a wish. We must yield to our disbelief and give ourselves over to chance. In that unknown venture, in discovery, the path forward is revealed.
So
One
that'll be our
egg
way.
remains. Then all our integument risks, our layered depths to this cause, finally, their worth will be realized.
Okay. Oh, it's getting so close. I'm getting anxious. Oh, man. week away. I think it's 7 days as of this recording for the final shape. Oh my god.
Thanks to Mara's efforts, the egg was cleansed of its corruption and saved. The irony is not lost on me. I suppose I should thank her, though she may not be receptive to my gratitude at the moment.
She would not. No.
Mara will soon recognize that it was a gift for me to divulge what I did now.
Yeah.
Rather than when the wish is made. Perhaps she already has. Even an Ahamkara's power has its limits. It is beyond my ability to alter the path that the witness opened.
Okay.
Savathun knew this, which is why she crafted her wish to make use of the ley lines instead. Always so clever, that one.
That's why I love her.
And the witness. Its ambition knows no equal. This final shape that it seeks is not unlike a wish itself.
Because it seeks to reshape reality.
One that would forever erase the difference between desire and reality. Anathema to my kind. I will not have my progeny suffer such an existence. Continue securing my lair and gathering my clutch. Mara was right about one thing. Like with the portal, I cannot alter the terms of our bargain. Collect all of the eggs, or the wish cannot be granted. Even if I desire it.
Yeah. Okay. Surely nothing will go wrong with this last egg, right? It'll go so smooth and fine and great.
What were you hoping to achieve by threatening Riven?
Yeah.
Had I not been there to stop you?
Might have screwed the whole thing.
I admit I was angry. I'm seldom able to express my emotions openly. But I had no intention of harming Riven. I only wanted her to believe I might.
Perhaps you could warn me first. I was worried you lost sight of our goal.
Have I ever been one to miss the forest for the trees?
I suppose
Quite
not.
the opposite. While I tend to find myself mired in the details of the leaves.
Both sorts are necessary. Your eyes on the fight before us, and mine on the horizon.
How do you see the end so clearly? Even within the infinite forest, I could not predict as you do.
Clairvoyance is a charade. The ground shifts beneath us as we walk. We manage best when we make our own stepping stones. You know better than most how many times we've had to adjust our methods to achieve victory. My death at Saturn to pierce Oryx's defenses.
Yeah.
Countless recalculations against the Vex. Stealing Savathun's secrets from within.
The planting of the silver tree on Io.
I took some convincing on that. But it truly was the beginning.
Sagira's death, Crow's choices, your new perspective, none of these were part of the plan.
Each adjustment came at a cost. I wonder what costs the witness has yet to extract from us.
Shut the hell up.
Whatever they
Shut
are,
up.
you will meet them.
Oh my god.
And persevere.
I've been saying already there's too many deaths in this game lately. Do not set Final Shape up to be a slew of main character deaths, because I will not handle that at all. Hidden message. Hidden message for the Wish Keeper? What is going on here? This is so cool. Oh, the Dreaming City.
We have reached the end of all things. Our echoes fade from this place and all others. So I carve this for you into the stars like myths of old. Taranis and I met at the highest peaks of the Queen's dreaming halls. Together, we set on a path that led to where you stand. It was a time when bargain eaters and bargainers worked in tandem, a cycle of feeding. It ended in a great hunt, the near death of our kind.
Yeah.
Guardian, your connection to Taranis activated an ontological reflection. It seems Riven left a message in a bottle. Curious. The era she spoke of was a time of fortification for the Awoken. The Dreaming City should have been a pillar from which we defended this system against the likes of the Witness.
And look
Thanks
how that
to
turned
Riven,
out.
it has fallen far from that.
Yeah.
Scour her old haunts. Let's make sure she hasn't left anything less pleasant.
The Techians have determined the trajectory of my final egg. It won't be within our reach for some time. A fortunate delay, according to Petra. She and the Techians have a plan. Guardians complain of the nature of Ahamkara, that we hoard secrets like you hoard weapons. Then you understand us. Why demand a river flow uphill? We all have our settled natures. This is an Ahamkara's.
But I believe Taranis wanted more for your clutch.
Once, it was Queen Mara's. She's been working to change herself, altering the river's course. I'm forced to trust this new Mara, despite what I am. As are you, despite what you are. You and I will see where the river flows.
Mara better not betray us at any point in the future. Because I've really, really grown to trust her, even despite her nature.
Guardian, I'm glad you're here. I've been thinking about what Riven said. If we have to pin all our hopes on a single person, there's one obvious choice. But I think I have a better idea. Now hear me out.
Okay.
If you go through the portal, there's no way we can send anyone in after you. You'd be out there on your own.
Right.
But Mara and I share a bond. Even across the Ascendant Plane, I can always sense where she is. And the same goes for her.
Okay.
So, let me do it.
You want me to risk
If I go
you?
through the portal, Mara can use our connection to guide everyone through to, well, wherever I end up.
No.
I plant the beacon, and you come and kick the door down.
I don't think I trust
Please,
that.
Guardian. I have to believe I was reforged in the light for a purpose.
I
can do this. We can do this. I just have to tell Mara.
I don't love this plan. I don't love this plan because Crow has had so much character development and growth, and he's kind of like nearing the end of a character's life cycle, and it would be a perfect moment to sacrifice him. And so I don't want that. I kind of like him a little bit too much. Queen's Court. Man, this feels like just yesterday.
How long has it been since I last set foot within these halls? An isolated throne, overlooking an endless cosmic expanse. A symbol of who I once was. Distant, detached,
Yeah.
inscrutable.
Yeah.
But as my brother has changed, so too have I. No longer do I sow solitude and reap remorse. I choose, instead, to trust.
Yeah.
I have no further need for this chamber. But with the Oracle engine restored, we can reach the heart of the confluence and the final egg. Return for now. When the time comes, we will complete our bargain and trust Riven to keep her word.
Riven will. Riven will keep her word.
Why is your first inclination ever to charge headlong into danger?
Oh, he's getting the talk.
Because you're always keeping an eye on me.
You have fallen from my sight before. I may lose you.
It is impossible to know the probability of success. But,
Don't give me that. This is exactly like something you do.
yes. Queen Mara.
You are not sending him, Osiris.
No, of course. But, if he were to reach the other side, your connection, like the Traveler in the Veil, was forged in a collision of light and dark. It is a tangible thing.
We do not know that it would remain so. Whoever goes, more than likely goes alone.
Our problem has always been focused. By aligning your and Crow's connection with the Veil, entangled on either side of the Traveler, I believe I can forge a bridge between you.
Oh.
One we could all traverse safely.
Like with Strand.
I'd be a flare in the darkness for Osiris. Then we call in the cavalry. You could find me in the storm, sister.
Oh.
Tell them where to go.
Do you know what you are asking?
The Guardian would be but a step behind him.
I cannot keep you from your purpose. I cannot control this.
She loves him so much.
And so, I put my trust in you. All of you.
Holy crap, Mara.
You
How
will
far you've
return
come.
to me.
Let's get to work.
How do you propose we compensate for the quantum?
Oh, I'm glad that technobabble got cut off.
You won't be but a step behind him. Will you? Take care of him.
I will. I will. I love him. God, she loves him so much, and it's so apparent. I just want to take a step back to say the voice actors are doing incredible once again. They're conveying so much emotion in so few words. It's great.
The Queen and her brother, they impressed me. I appreciated their natures, Mara's skill in crafting wishes, her self-controlled cleverness. Uldren's ambition, his endless struggle for a greater prize to lay at his sister's feet. Now they have reached beyond their original natures.
Yeah.
All for the greater good.
What about you, Riven?
Altruism. It's too rich for my blood. Too risky.
Too risky.
Such vulnerability. And for what payoff?
Good karma?
Still, the altruists can be even more dangerous to their enemies than the ambitious.
Yeah.
If self-preservation isn't a concern, what can stop you? If you can't be predicted, how can you be countered?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Dangerous. But that danger can be compelling. Don't you find?
Of course.
Are you sure you want this?
Osiris thinks it's the best shot we've got.
You didn't answer my question.
He does.
I don't know. I've been trying to find what I want my whole life, even as Uldren. I used to think the Traveler gave me purpose. Uldren thought his came from you.
I never meant to twist you so, only to keep you safe. My protection turned malignant. For that, I am sorry.
Oh my
It
god.
wasn't just you.
Aldrin heard your heartbeat and chose to make that his core. He mistook impulse from meaning. I won't. So, I guess it's not that I want this. I need it.
Oh.
I believe in it. And even if I don't make it, everyone else just might.
Oh.
I sacrificed you before to preserve a chance for a future. I can't do that again.
I'll be fine as long as you and I stick together. Remember, Rega?
Still subsisting off stories of hope and bravery. I have missed you.
I guess I always have been one to fill my head with nonsense, right?
Your hope is not nonsense. It is a vital line of sustenance. One I have learned through our people. Fill your heart with it, and I will keep you in mine until you return to me.
I will.
Go. Wow. Find purpose of your own, and not one of mine or anyone else's making.
Thank you, sister. You'll see me again.
God damn, these characters.
I'll remember you.
This time we'll remember you. Oh, these characters are so good, dude. They've had, like, especially because I've been able to watch this all and soak it all in rapid fire. I've been able to see just how much these characters have grown. When Crow first came to us, he wanted nothing to do with Aldrin and nothing to do with Mara and none of that side of his life. And now he's fully embracing it. And like Mara just showing all the love for her brother that she's always had but hid away because it was weakness. Like, I'm so happy that these characters are so great.
At the height of the great hunt, the Queen separated us. I was treated to a beautiful cage for my protection. Our kind has much agency, but there are rules, and the Queen is a deft navigator of rules. I never saw Tyrannus again. I have not found Ahamkara to lament such things, but I did. The path that brought you here was built by us both. No others that I have ever known walked your path. You are unique in that way.
I lost Siur, like Riven lost Tyrannus, years before that. And there was no cage. Just senseless oblivion. I didn't know I had done so at the time. But I do not regret the choice to separate Riven and Tyrannus. I imagine it was difficult, much more so for them than me. But necessary. The Vanguard had no right to annihilate a sentient species, no matter the cause.
Agree.
I bear responsibility as well. Pretended to aid the Vanguard during the hunt while keeping Riven as a weapon of the state. Don't get me wrong. I was responsible, not regretful. But thanks to you, the cycle of wish keepers and wish enders will continue. For good or ill.
Yeah. And this time we smack the Vanguard if they come for them.
The time has come. Mara's Techians say that the last remaining egg will soon enter the heart of the confluence.
Here we go.
Once it is secured, then by the terms of our bargain, I will grant Savathun's wish.
And we'll send Crow.
Doing so will require a great expenditure of my power. The Techians will not be able to maintain my conjuring afterward. Which is to say that the wish will be our farewell. Oh, guardian mine.
But you'll be survived through your kids.
What a strange life this has been. By Ahamkara standards, it was comfortable and luxurious. I've spent my days with royalty and my nights with my beloved. I never wanted for sustenance, for I was presented with wishes to spare. And though it was all taken from me, in the end, my murderer set me free and ensured the future of the progeny my mate and I created.
Yeah.
Now, I will sacrifice my own lingering existence to ensure your future in return.
It's come full circle here.
Perhaps I am more like Tyrannus than I would like to admit.
He rubbed off on her.
He always claimed I was.
Even Riven, in her dead Techian summoned ghost form, has had character development. What is going on? Ugh. The character-driven stories have been so
remains, one hidden within my own court by Tyrannus, in a secluded chamber of starlight and potential.
The confluence has aligned, and our goal is in sight. To know all our efforts are coming to fruition is exhilarating.
Is that a smile I hear in your voice, Osiris? You're lucky the Guardian has a few words, lest they ruin your stoic reputation in the tower.
I cannot help but feel alive in this moment. Though there is still much to do. It seems possible now.
Yeah, it does feel like we have an end in sight. I mean, outside the final shape coming in a week.
My final child is held captive in the Queen's private wing. How ironic. How appropriate.
Appropriate.
Just think, if we had continued working together with respect, with trust, as equals, we could have built so much more than this city.
Yeah.
We could have been friends.
Yeah, and you would have had an infinite supply of wishes. I wonder what kind of world we would live in.
We stand before the end.
I mean, because that was the Mara before she had her character growth, right? How messed up would Destiny be if Mara had an infinite wish dragon that they both viewed as equals and respected one another? Ooh.
What remains is to know whether we are swept away by it, or it breaks against us.
And to see what consequences our wish has wrought. That is where my mind rests. Let hope stay my fears.
Hope, yes. But also our mettle, our actions. I am confident in our heading, come what may.
In Crow. In us. As am I. We've spent so long holding together the pieces, Osiris. Do you worry what will come after all of this?
No. I welcome it. I'm tired, Mara. I'm ready for what comes next. It's all right to admit you are too.
Man, are we really gonna see the sunsetting of a whole bunch of our characters? Not like deaths, I just mean like retiring the characters and letting them take less important roles and introduce a new cast.
They're attempting to force a wish from the embryo. This must not come to pass. A whim, like a venomous hatchling, knows nothing of restraint.
Fire team, engage the enemy.
They were trying to force a wish out of an unborn egg. That would have been, like, really bad.
Worked? Could the Scorn have brought a wish to fruition like that?
No.
Oh.
At least, I do not believe it is possible. Though I wasn't willing to see them try.
This egg is not the first to find itself in your court. Did you intend to breed the Ahamkara again?
I intended to maintain a suitable suite of options from which to choose. Nothing more.
Freaky space
Those
dragon
plans were made
sex.
so long ago, Osiris, and the eggs corrupted beyond healing. Things are different now. Whether the Ahamkara live on is not mine to choose.
To relinquish control is almost as frightening as trust or hope. Sometimes, that is all we have.
Yeah.
And in that trust, our pact concludes. I will make your wish.
It's time. It's time. Panic.
Riven's last clutch. Plucked from the void and saved from extinction. Maybe that bodes well for the rest of us. Either way, we held up our end of the bargain. Now it's Riven's turn. Hey, I need to tell you something while I have the chance.
Don't you dare speak like that.
That first moment when I woke up in the Dreaming City, I was so lost, confused. I didn't know where to go, who to trust. Everyone hated me for something I couldn't even remember. But you helped me find my footing. And when my memories came back and everything made less sense than ever, you were there to see me through. You gave me the chance to walk through the Dreaming City with my head held high and the courage to follow a new path.
Aww.
Thank you, Guardian, for everything. See you, Starside.
If this motherfucker dies, I'm gonna lose it. You cannot, video game, you cannot take us through the cycle of hating a person with all of our guts, just to bring them back in a new form, make us fall madly in love with them. I know not everyone feels that way, but I do. And then take them away again. That is fucked up. They would not dare. He'll be fine.
Has the time come for my final meal? Your ambitions fed me well before. I've never tasted such a gulf between desire and reality. Then you killed me.
Yeah, sorry about that. You were taken though.
Now you and I have returned to the start. Last meal, last words, last wish. May it bring you everything you deserve.
Deep breath.
So the generation of Ahamkara turns over. One last death to feed new life. What will it feed within you?
Ooh, full cutscene. Ooh, I'm anxious. Ooh, I'm stressing.
You shall cherish, O guardian mine.
You're sure about this?
Don't you dare die.
I am. It has to be me. We'll find each other again.
Always.
Bro, don't you dare die, I swear on me mum. I'm so stressed. Holy crap, I'm so stressed.
I promise, as you did yours. Isn't that a pleasant surprise?
For that, at least, you have my thanks.
And you have mine for always providing such a unique challenge. To impose your desires upon reality so artfully. You could teach my children a great deal. Until we meet again, Mara.
Until we meet again. Oh man. I was really starting to like you, Riven. she's sparkly. Ooh.
Is he?
He is on his way.
Oh, I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed.
It's no small feat, the things you've helped accomplish today. Thanks to you, and guardians like you, Crow has grown. Walked his own path.
Yeah.
In aiding Riven's clutch, you've averted the annihilation of an entire species. Provided a chance for her children to choose their own paths. We'll be there to guide them, should they require it.
The way she said
Riven
that
was
was
never
sus.
truly an ally, but common cause aligned us in a way I had not anticipated. Relying on her was a risk, true. But there was a time when the Vanguard was averse to trusting me as well. Trust is dangerous, risky, vulnerable. But to trust is to hope. And what is life without it?
Yeah.
It separates us from the witness, a creature that is the death of those things, of all things. I've peered into its eclectic souls and found only nihilism.
A whole
Even
society
now,
of
the
nihilists.
soul divisive burns
Yikes.
through the dreaming city and the confluence. You've granted the wish, carved a path, but battles remain before you. Expunge the Vex from the dreaming halls while Osiris prepares the veil to forge a bridge to my brother. This will allow you to lead a strike force into the Traveler's pale heart and rendezvous with Crow. From there, it will...
Don't tell me I have to wait until the final shape to find out if Crow survives. Do not tell me that. I know, Tara, you're so spoiled. It's only 7 days away, but I can't handle that.
Be the fight of your lives. Steel yourself. You fight for all of us.
My queen, the Techien await authorization to position your personal harbinger. Their second missive, they say.
I already... Never mind. Tell them I will see to its deployment myself.
If I could speak bluntly, my queen, you seem distracted of late.
Of course she
Just
is.
mulling on history in a different light. Taranis and Riven. Against all odds, they found each other and chose love instead of misery. Until I tore them apart in the Great Hunt. I locked Riven in a gilded cage and hid her away.
In doing so, you saved her from destruction.
For good or for ill, I do not regret my part in the hunt, nor the second chance we have given the Ahamkara by seeking Riven's eggs. And I'm glad she and Taranis could meet again, in a way. Before the
Yeah.
end. They have me thinking of Sior.
I see. What was she like as Queen's Wrath? I was too young to know the Awoken behind the legend.
Sior was the soldier we sent to break the tide if it ever turned against us.
If half the legends about her were true, she should have been the one to face the curse.
You're both warriors in your own right. She, a war cudgel, and you, a master-crafted blade. But she would have been untested as regent. You gave our people hope when it had burned away in my absence, and held it high. You forged an alliance with humanity, guided the Techians because you've walked their path. No one else could have ruled in my place. Any further questions, my wrath?
Not even
Just one.
Sior, hey?
What did you love about her?
I could list reasons until soul burned out, but they would be lacking in complete truth. We do not love rationally.
No, we don't.
We just love.
I'll keep that in mind, my queen.
We have been robbed of two amazing on-screen lesbian relationships. Well, not amazing, maybe heartbreaking is the word I was looking for. Mara and Syr and Chioma and Maya. We have been robbed. Destiny, give me my on-screen lesbiabs, please. Aww.
One vital note to impart to you who walk this path. What Taranis has done has never been done in all the solar cycles of this system.
Really?
Ahamkara are solitary, self-defending creatures. By instinct, by necessity. But his last wish sent our clutch into the ley lines of the dreaming city. It cost him everything.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Ahamkara do not love. It is not in our nature. But Taranis loves. And instinct will not impart this cold hard fact. So I weave it here, into the stars.
Oh.
I thought Riven had left these for you, Guardian. I haven't missed the connections the two of you forged. Whoever these messages are for, I think she finally let go of many things. Perhaps I can do the same.
We are apex predators of the highest order. The instincts that rest in your bones speak louder than I ever could. But what I leave you is what these solids, these humans, might leave their brood. Cold, hard facts. I do so because there have never been Ahamkara like you. Many paths lie ahead. The garden of your conception grows in many directions. You are children of light and dark, in many meanings and none.
These messages are for her children.
You may be all that remains.
Of course.
Choose your path wisely. Everything has a cost.
So this message was meant for her progeny.
Yeah.
I'll leave a decree to the Paladins and Corsairs. These stars are not to be touched until they are found by those for which they are intended. Perhaps Riven meant to entrust me with them. Perhaps not. But I will bear responsibility for her brood. Come what may.
Yeah. Oh. Huh? What is this? Ishtar Collective? Kitty? Well-tended garden? I don't understand the implication of this.
What is a guardian? Are we gods? We are connected to the weft and weave of the universe. No one knows.
This is one of the many cutscenes I've had to skip or walk out of the room from when Destiny launches into a cutscene that I don't know what it is. I hate it. I hate it. Destiny, stop launching your players into cutscenes that are potentially spoilers. Oh my god. Sorry. End rant.
How long we live. We stand alongside those without our gifts. We know intimately their lifespans, their mortality, despite their resilience. Mortals live more intensely than any guardian I've known. Love harder, perhaps. They know tomorrow is never guaranteed. That everything they could become dies with them. So, are we protectors? Our gifts were meant to defend against impossible threats. Those who need us have never needed us more. But we could do nothing, and they would still die. What is a guardian in that moment? Now, a across Last City territory. The forces of the Witness surge. Our borders are under siege. Does that make us soldiers? Pushing back by...
This cutscene makes us look so cool. This is very well framed and everything. I'm really enjoying this.
This only time. But the alternative is unthinkable. We built a city none of us dared to dream of, with allies from unlikely places. We have never had more to lose. I turn the question to you, on the eve of our darkest hour. What is a Guardian? Define us, in this moment, for all time.
That was great. I liked that.
Something stands in our way, Guardian. An anomaly. Casting a shadow in superposition across the veil, resonating with it. Whatever it is, it's drawing away the traveler's connection. Co-opting the veil's place in their entanglement as if it were a doppelganger. I've isolated the anomaly signal. It's a familiar one, emanating directly from the Black Garden. The sole divisive must be enacting one final effort to hold our advance.
Well, that's vexing.
This is why I called you. I needed to know this would be dealt with, and quickly. If left unaddressed, we will be unable to follow Crow.
Oh God.
He will be stranded. I don't think I could hold Mara back from expressing her anger if that were to occur.
Yeah, no.
Breach the garden and dispel whatever interference the Vex have erected there.
Veiled threats. Closer to the heart is the mission. This is what I was warned to save for last. I'm glad that they're covering it.
The errant signal is not far ahead. Keep your wits about you. Whatever it is the sole divisive are using to entangle themselves in our work, it is a power not to be trifled with. Impossible. The Black Heart. Destroy this abomination.
Didn't we already destroy the Black Heart? Oh no, I can't remember the Black Heart's significance. I know it was very important to destroy like a long time ago. I don't know what its deal is now. Juicy? Huh.
The Black Heart was a failed copy of the Veil. Imperfect, but potent nonetheless. This was a simulation of their prior efforts. The sole divisive must have been using it to bond their collective with the darkness.
Oh,
They
man.
broadcast that connection, harmonized its frequency with the Veil, in order to take its place and shut us out. They could not have managed this feat without guidance from the Witness. And now, you have seen to it that they will not disrupt us again.
Holy crap. Was it always an attempt to recreate the Veil, the Black Heart? That's crazy. This is another cutscene that I walked out of the room from. I couldn't skip this one. I just ran. It spat him out? Oh wait, he's inside the... He's inside the travel... This will be us. Is that? Wait. How? Wait. Am I seeing things? There's no way. There's no way! How? How?
You died. So did you.
Yeah, I don't have to call you Prince anymore, do I?
How? He's inside. What? I don't. Does this mean? I'm like, my heart is beating 1,000,000 miles a minute. Holy crap! No wonder. If I had not known and I had started that quest and this cutscene had happened, I need to catch my breath. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Wait a minute. Does it, I'm like stuttering. This is such a crazy moment. Does this mean that every traveler that has seen their every guardian that has seen their final death has returned to the traveler? Is the traveler some sort of life stream or something? What is going on? Catch breath. All will be explained in time. That is so crazy. I can't believe they're giving us Cade back, dude. It's all good. Okay, let's keep watching.
You've cleared the table, and the die is cast.
Good lord.
This final shape the witness seeks. Asa warned us how the witness consumed its entire species to reshape itself.
I feel lightheaded.
Still, it was unfulfilled. Its salvation is a prison. We see it in the calcified creatures within the ever-dark halls of each pyramid.
Oh my god.
Alive, but not living. What shape will the witness render the universe in service to? And what of those within it? To change that which is. Never forces it to match what you envision it could be.
Such a reveal.
Because chaos cannot be contained. This will work.
And it will be
spent
our
a year
final shape
of study, counting each day, felt time's weight, but I've spent it well. As sure as I've ever been of anything. We will hold back the collapse, rebuke it once more, and forever.
Hell yeah.
Because chaos cannot be contained. The time nears, Guardian. Riven's part is done. Queen Mara felt Crow's passage, and he has arrived. I've woven the Veil's resonance into their connection, as the witness did with your ghost. Soon Mara will open the way, and we follow Crow into whatever lies beyond.
And we see, I'm gonna cry. We see Cade again.
Soon, you will be called to arms.
Oh, you'll forgive me in the future if I bawl uncontrollably upon seeing Cade. In this moment, I hid most of it, but I was just hyperventilating when I realized that I thought that was Cade in the distance. I don't know how future Terra will react, but he might be an emotional mess, okay? So forgive me in future. If that happens, it might not, who knows? I'm an emotional wreck. We'll see.
We have reached the end. Everything is at stake.
Oh my god, is it ever?
Even us. I cannot help but think, have I prepared them for what is to come?
Always in your own head, Osiris.
Oh, saint.
You have done more than enough. Now you worry for them too. Think of it instead as our time. We talked of the future we would have when the city was safe.
We must not mistake calm for safety.
Calm before the storm, yeah.
For now, the city still needs us. So, who will stay behind and protect it? Who will be its leader when Ikora and Zavala are away?
You would have us take up command again? After everything?
We are not the people we were. We are new. We are better.
Almost every single character is different from when they started.
It is painful to see them go. But when they return, you will be proud. And so will I. Then we will have our time together.
can finally see the stars for ourselves. Yes. I love you, Saint. We will have our time.
Your absolutely deserves time. Oh, my heart, dude. Oh, unforeseen consequences. Be careful what you wish for. He remembers his sister's throne differently, an amalgam of elixny flotsam built from the spoils of war, its great weight suspended from the rafters. A throne Uldren set ablaze in the wake of losing her, his first step down a forsaken path. Haha, get it? Because it's called Forsaken. Crow lays a hand on the throne before him. It is empty and ponderous, silhouetted by a distant nebula and cosmic dust. It feels smooth, too smooth. It was here that I first heard the news of your death, calls a familiar voice behind him. He turns to see his sister striding down the hall. Mara takes her place beside him and gazes out into the far reaches of space. Did you mourn for me? Crow asks. I did, his sister replies. She's silent for a moment. And I regret what I did to you. The manipulation, the subtle coercion. None of it went the way I intended. Crow follows her gaze out into the endless void. I know what it's like. Remorse and recriminations, Mara says absently. She turns her eyes towards him. If you could go back after the course of your history, what would you change? He can't help but laugh. Where to begin? Crow muses with a smirk. It fades soon enough. Oh, I'ma cry. Hang on, I'ma get emotional. Give me 1 second. Cade, he whispers. Mara raises an eyebrow. Oh? Before then, I could have taken a different road, but once I pulled that trigger, he shakes his head. Everything else I can set right, but not, I'm gonna cry, he's gonna get his chance to set that right. But not that. I just wish I could tell him I shouldn't have done it. I see, Mara murmurs. Her eyes shine in the starlight. Crow sighs and rolls his shoulders back. I should get going. Vanguard's waiting on my report. We all have our obligations, I suppose. Don't I know it? Crow nods as he heads down the hall. He pauses at the portal to the dreaming city, glances back at Mara. Ringed by the distant nebula, she shimmers like a mirage on the desert sands, and then Crow is gone. See you soon. Mara's voice echoes across the empty chamber as the illusion fades. Oh, brother mine. I'm gonna sob. I'm gonna sob. It was... That's how. None to do with the Traveler livestream. Riven granted Crow's wish. Riven granted Crow's wish to undo Cade's death. That's why Cade is there with him. Riven, you son of a gun, you. What an amazing turn of events. Oh my god, let's wrap up our thoughts. Season of the Wish. Holy crap. What a great season. I'm glad that I just chose to react to it, to have it all sequential, and I was getting really nervous and in my head when there was a bunch of dialogue and wording that was out of sequence. I wasn't enjoying it. I was very frantic. Having it all collected in order here for me, I am so grateful. This was such a good way to experience it. And now that I'm caught up, I can experience it as intended because of course I'll stay caught up. This has been an incredible journey so far, and if you've been with me at any point, thank you for coming with me. Next up is the final shape, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm tempering my expectations like I did with Lightfall, but there is so much potential for greatness, and I cannot wait to see Cade again. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe for the rest of my Destiny journey, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!